Well, at the outset, I would like to compliment the Film Nagar branch and also the branch manager, as also the very distinguished senior officials from the zonal offices, also from Chennai and Hyderabad, who've come down here. We are kind of extending the premises now, and I think extending premises is a very good omen, because it shows that the business is now mounting up and the existing premises has not been enough to accommodate the existing customers. So because of the customer's own convenience and to be able to offer different type of facilities and different products, the management has very rightly thought of extending premises. And this premises, I think the most important thing I found was that it's on the same level, like it's not on the first floor or second floor, it's on the ground floor. So it's much more easier, much more for the operations of the branch. The entire staff, everybody will be on one floor. The bank is a ladies branch. As you know, this particular branch is a specialized ladies branch, and most of the workforce are ladies here. And they have all kinds of products. They give loans, they give various type of advances, and they have various kinds of deposits with them. Over the last almost more than 5 years that I have been directly transacting with this branch, let me tell you that it's giving one of the best services. Not that I am an ex-official of the Bank of India, it's not for me only, but I see a lot of customers coming in and appear to be very, very satisfied. The portion earlier near the locker was a little congested, so I think now with the extension it will be much more convenient. And I think now, they've got a strong room exclusively for lockers. Earlier it was lockers, there's also the cash and cupboard in the same room. But now, and they are getting a larger size lockers, so that's going to be very good for the customer. And so a lot of customers would be drawn in for this than other things. The branch is, as usual timings, 10:30 to 2:30, but you find them working very late off and on, depending on the customer's demands and the customer mix which comes. So overall, you will see the location of the branch is right on the main road. We have the Andhra Bank opposite, and the Corporation Bank not very far away. So today banks are all, it's going to be the bank which is going to race ahead, is the one who wins over the customer. And I think our service is very important. Apart from service, I think premises, location, spaces in premises, all these things count. So I think I'm looking at greater prosperity in the business of Film Nagar branch. I was, the main thing which strikes me is computerization, which came in a big time. And so when I was, actually I have worked in various banks. Bank of India was my first bank where I started. So I left Bank of India to go to the Canara Bank on a promotion, and that was in '99. So you had computerization was coming, but now it's much more, the degree of computerization much more higher. So therefore, bankers today working in banks can spend a lot of time in quality business. Whereas in our time, when we were working as junior officers, and we had to do everything manual, balancing of books manual, balancing the day book manual. So I think a lot of value addition in terms of the computerization. Of course, in computerization you have to be very careful also in terms of following the norms, checks and balances. It's not all that simple. So that way is there, and I'm sure Bank of India has always been a very progressive institution. So they have various trainings being given to the staff from time to time, skill upgradation taking place, audit checks, special audit checks for computerized branches. So that should keep things in well. Well, I've worked in different banks. I've headed 1 to 3 banks which I've headed at different periods of time. Bank of India I left when I was a general manager. But I would only like to say that one is knowledge of the subject is extremely important. Whatever you do, whatever products you have, loan products, deposit products, the staff must be very thorough about the rules and regulations when you're talking to customers. Customer today is very inquisitive, and rightly so. He wants to know how best is his money going to be saved, how best, which is the product where it will best multiply, what kind of a loan he would like to have if he's going for a business, what are the options he has, if any, if he's traveling out of the country, or he's going for educational loan for his child, or going for any kind of a consumer loan to buy any product. So he would like to know, he would like to get the best kind of benefit. So I think knowledge of the subject for every officer of the bank, even the clerical staff, because I think clerical staff are the ones who first meet, the first point of contact is with the clerk. So I think the clerk has to be as much knowledge and know about things, or at least keep himself updated, becomes important. And for his knowledge of the subject, and keeping this knowledge upgraded from time to time, as especially in computerization changes taking place. And why can't you give my, earlier used to have some banks were fully computerized, some were not so computerized. Now I think they're all reached the same collection of checks, timely taken on that those things become extremely important. So I think your interaction with the customer is very important. How you're able to give that sense of confidence to a customer that he is able to accept from you. So all this confidence and all comes with knowledge and experience. So in larger branches, I think to show the management understands that they keep people who are well experienced, who have who can converse well, who can talk well, who can also keep the staff motivated. That's very important. Because in public sectors we don't pay anything extra to anybody, so the best form of keeping them in high spirits is a type of motivation you give to the staff. So I think that part is also very important. So all these things go together to make a branch as one of the as a effectively run and a successful branch. But I told you I found it extremely good. I told you it's wonderful transacting. There are times when I'm in an immense hurry, and I call them up and I'll say, I tell them that I'm going to draw 10,000, but I just 5 minutes to drop in with my check, and I give it, and the money is all kept there. I know they can't do this for everyone, but I'm just giving you an example. They can't do this, but I'm sure when the need arises, there are times when I would wait also. But in terms of an exigency, I think they understand very well. In the customer is a relationship of a lot of faith also. So I think even the customer, to be very fair to bankers, customers also have to be responsible. For example, if there are bank timings, you better adhere to that. And I should not take wrongful advantage of what I mentioned to you maybe once in 6 months or 8 months, but you're coming in time. If I'm going to come late and I expect that I should be paid, that's not right. You have almost 4 hours of business, so you should be able to manage your timing within that. So I think that's it.